Michael Kearns, The Ethical Algorithm, The Science of Socially Aware Algorithm Design. In a world where data is constantly being collected and analyzed, the ethics of algorithm design become highly critical. In the book, The Ethical Algorithm, The Science of Socially Aware Algorithm Design by Michael Kearns, we explore the intricacies of creating algorithms that are fair, accurate, transparent, and ethical. Through various examples, Kearns delves into the challenges of designing systems that prioritize the fairness, accuracy, transparency, and ethics principle while still maintaining efficiency. Get ready to explore the fascinating world of algorithm design, balancing privacy concerns, addressing biases, and discovering the applications of game theory in this insightful summary.
Ethical algorithms. Companies and governments gather data using algorithms to provide services, but it can also lead to divulging private information and unfair decisions. Some algorithms use step-by-step instructions, while others use machine learning, making it difficult for humans to understand their internal models. Developing algorithms using the FATE principle, which involves fairness, accuracy, transparency, and ethics, ensures ethical use. However, such implementation can reduce efficiency as compared to a design that does not follow this principle. Thus, regulations are necessary to ensure that systems are used according to their purpose. The illusion of anonymity. Anonymizing data does not guarantee privacy, as it is still possible to trace information about individuals. To protect privacy, algorithms should aim to minimize harm to individuals. This can be done through differential privacy. While effective, this method increases the amount of data needed to draw reliable conclusions. Google, Apple, and the U.S. Census Bureau use differential privacy to protect data. However, it is not foolproof, as it cannot protect information belonging to large groups. The desire of many people to know their DNA has made it possible to find family members of a serial killer and the Golden State Killer himself. Biased algorithms. Algorithms are not immune to bias, especially when trained on biased data. A Google research team found evidence of sexism in their own data. Similarly, Amazon's machine learning algorithm had a gender bias in selecting job applicants. It's difficult to prevent algorithms from producing biased output, and the problem is exacerbated when the data itself is biased. However, there are ways to make algorithms more fair, including explicitly demanding neutrality on certain criteria. Trade-offs exist between different definitions of fairness. While an algorithm may be fair for several large groups, it may still be unfair to a well-defined small one. Furthermore, algorithms that modify themselves in a game setting can guarantee fairness for a group but cannot completely eliminate bias. Ultimately, it is up to humans to make the trade-off for the desired level of fairness and choose the appropriate fairness type. Algorithm meets game theory. The book explores the intersection of game theory with algorithms, which are increasingly shaping our daily lives. From dating apps, route-finding apps like Waze, shopping preferences, social media, to donor organ allocation, game theory can help design better algorithms for such situations. The book emphasizes that the challenge is not just creating an algorithm, but also how people respond to and interact with them. Game theory can help in developing algorithms that adhere to specified ethical standards. Avoiding false discoveries. Learn how the problem of scale and adaptivity in scientific research can lead to false discoveries, and discover the potential solution for avoiding it. Discovering something new is the holy grail of scientific research, but sometimes the result is not as accurate as one might hope. The problem lies in the problem of scale and adaptivity. When making random predictions about a stock's future, sending the predictions to 1 million people, and only sending new projections to those who received accurate predictions, eventually you end up with a group of people who feel confident in your ability to predict the market's behavior. Scientists face a similar problem. They perform many experiments and report only the successful ones, and perform many different statistical tests on their data and report only the ones that support their hypothesis, a practice known as p-hacking. Hedge funds report good years, but not bad years, and scientists report exciting research, but not boring or negative outcomes. As a result, many innovative findings cannot be replicated. One way to correct for the problem of scale is the Bonferroni correction. It takes into account the number of experiments conducted to determine the probability that a result occurred by chance. Unfortunately, this method doesn't help when it comes to the problem of adaptivity. Scientists tend to adapt their questions about the data based on what they observe during their analysis and ignore other possible questions. Scientists refer to their work environment as a garden of forking paths. According to statisticians Andrew Gelman and Eric Loken, getting lost in this garden can lead to research that cannot be reproduced, meaning false discoveries. This type of waste is worth more than $28 billion per year in preclinical medical research alone. Pre-registering each study can prevent such false discoveries from being made. However, due to the strict requirements of this approach, it's not always practical. Scientists often work with the same data sets from previous research and ask questions based on previous research, leaving them in the garden of forked paths. To limit the freedom of scientists to choose a path, researchers have begun developing algorithms that sit between scientists and their data. Interestingly, some algorithms that implement differential privacy are turning out to be incredibly useful in this context. By using these algorithms, scientists may finally be able to control the scale and adaptivity problems they face in their work, resulting in more accurate scientific findings. The potential dangers of algorithmic decision-making. Algorithms have become ubiquitous, influencing and impacting numerous aspects of society. However, issues of transparency and morality have emerged, particularly in decision-making processes. It is crucial for algorithms to be transparent so that humans can trust and understand the decisions that are being made. The question arises of whom should the algorithm be interpretable, to experts or to people with limited machine learning background? Additionally, algorithms should also behave morally. For instance, when a self-driving car ends up in a traffic situation where it has to decide who will die. The Moral Machine project by MIT seeks to address such dilemmas by asking people how they would like machines to act. Despite this, some people argue that there are certain decisions that algorithms should never make. Furthermore, there are fears that algorithms implementing artificial intelligence could lead to a singularity where machines rule humans. Counteracting such an intelligence may be difficult, and it may not conform with human values. While doomsday scenarios might be too dark, the idea of algorithms surpassing the capabilities of humans is a serious concern. The power and limitations of algorithms. Algorithms are an integral part of decision-making that cannot be avoided by humans. The precision of algorithms is desirable, and abandoning machine learning would be costly. Though regulation is crucial, it cannot keep up with the scale and speed of decision-making. Algorithmic research should solve problems and identify its limitations for meeting human demands. Despite occasional injustices caused by algorithms, it would be unwise to halt research for ethical algorithms' great promise. While some believe algorithms are too primitive, ongoing research should aim to address algorithmic decision-making's challenges.
The development of ethical algorithms presents a complex challenge. Ensuring fairness, accuracy, transparency, and ethics often comes at the price of efficiency and precision. Through numerous examples and thought-provoking discussions, Michael Kearns, The Ethical Algorithm, offers insights into the world of socially aware algorithm design. From preserving privacy through differential privacy to addressing biases and exploring the role of game theory in creating better systems, the book stresses the importance of researchers and developers striving to identify the most effective and appropriate balance between ethical concerns and utility. While some injustices may still occur due to the naivety and primitive nature of certain algorithms, the journey towards ethical algorithms holds immense promise and potential for a rapidly evolving digital world.